And the last one we'll look at is number 63 here. So let's focus in on 63. So this one does not have in front of n squared a number, so we're not going to have to divide first before we do the completing the square method. We do need to get rid of the 68, so we're going to add 68. Now, it wasn't a 0 on the other side, but I'm just going to combine my 4 and 68, so I get n squared plus 9n plus, I'm going to leave a blank there, equals 4 plus 68, which is 72. And I'm basically going to add something to both sides. Now, if you notice, we're going to take half of 9. Doesn't work out so nice. We're going to leave it as a fraction. I would suggest not writing it as a decimal, so I'm going to take half of 9, which is 9 halves, and I'm going to square 9 halves. Now, if you square a fraction, you square the top. Whoops. You square the top and you square the bottom. I'm starting to write what the answer was there, but you get 81 over 4. You square the 9, you square the 2. So we're going to add 81 fourths, and we're going to add 81 fourths to both sides. So let's write down what we have. Now remember the shortcut to get what goes in here. It's n in this case because we have n squared. And then it's whatever I squared to get 81 fourths, or half of what 9 is, which is 9 halves. So we're going to leave it as an improper fraction. And then on the right, I have 72 plus 81 fourths. So when I have 72 plus 81 fourths, this is like over 1, so I'm going to times by 4 and times by 4. So that is really 288 over 4 plus 81 over 4, which is going to be 369 over 4 when I add my tops there. So I really have 369 over 4 on the right hand side. Common denominators. Now you take the square root of each side. So this will be n plus 9 halves. Again, that undoes the squaring. When I do the square root of this, positive and negative, it's really the square root of 369 over the square root of 4. Remember, fraction, we did that other example. So I have n plus 9 halves equals positive and negative. On the bottom, I'm going to get 2. The square root of 4 is 2. And then on the top, I have square root 369. Now, if you break 369 down, it's 3 times 123, and 123 is 3 times 41. So I have a pair of 3's, 41's prime, so it's going to be n plus 9 halves equals positive and negative 3 root 41 all over 2. Now I'm going to subtract my 9 halves. I'm going to subtract 9 halves from each side to get my n alone. So I get n equals negative 9 halves plus or minus 3 root 41 over 2. Now on this one, unlike the last one, we already have that common denominator, so I can just go negative 9 plus or minus 3 square root 41 all over 2. And again, you could write it as two separate answers, negative 9 plus 3 square root 41 over 2, and negative 9 minus 3 square root 41 over 2.